Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show. And we are here in North Carolina, and I just met an amazing woman. You know, I just did a couple of episodes ago, I did an episode on MS and this fellow that got better from MS and lost like, I think, 60 pounds. Well, we had so many responses from that, and it was wonderful. But I met a lady now who not only got better from MS, but she lost over 200 pounds. That's 200 pounds. I have a picture of here. I'll be scanning. But her name is Rosemary, and we're going to be interviewing her right now. This is amazing. So, everyone, check this out. All right. There she was before. She was 300 pounds, 305 pounds, and here she is now. And right now, she's 120 pounds. Amazing. Amazing. So here she is. Here's Rosemary. And Rosemary, why don't you tell everyone, so how many years ago were you diagnosed with MS?
I'm 54 now. I was diagnosed at about 35, age 35.
And if
20 years ago.
20 years ago. And if I heard correctly, did you say you were in a wheelchair?
I was in a wheelchair for 11 years, and doctors told me I'd never walk again. They told me I'd never speak, talk again, because MS makes your throat close up. And they told me that the muscles in my throat would get so relaxed that I wouldn't be able to control them.
And where did your healing begin to take place? What was it with? Was it diet, or like how did you first?
There were 8 things that I did. I came across a website called The 8 Laws for Natural Healing. The raw diet was only one of them.
What was the name of the website?
It was called God's 8 Laws for Natural Healing.
God's 8 Laws for Natural Healing.
And I put it aside for a long time, but then it finally kept pulling me back. So I did the first principle, which was water. I changed the quality of the water I drank. I had arthritis in my arms really badly, and I couldn't move. I had braces on both arms, but in drinking a better quality of water, my arthritis went away. And I had been told for years that was a family thing. There was no getting over it, but I was the first person in my family to get rid of the arthritis. Then I was told that eating red meat was bad for multiple sclerosis, so I tried that, got rid of the meat in my diet, and I got a little bit better. And then I was told that eating a raw food diet was better, so every time I would learn something, I would do something else. I meditated and learned about oxygen and how to get fresh air in your body and how to stay outside, and like we were talking about, leaving the window open. And as I learned one thing, something else would come to me. And there were 8 things, and after those 8 things were done, I was healed.
Wonderful.
I walk again. I walk a mile every day.
Wonderful. Now, did you go on a complete 100% raw food diet?
Not right away.
Okay.
I had to learn about that.
Did you eventually go 100% raw?
Eventually, I'm now 100% raw.
For how long?
I've been 100% about 3 years.
And are you a vegan or no?
I'm a vegan.
And how long have you been doing that for?
About 3 years.
Okay. And any advice or suggestions to people, any of the viewers that might be suffering from MS, what you could recommend?
The one thing I find hardest to do is to get people to change their mind about it. Natural healing, raw foods, it's so simple that people don't believe you. They don't believe that just changing your diet, just doing things differently, can give you back your quality of life, can make you walk again when the doctor said you can, or make you talk again when your voice is so bad you have to learn sign language to communicate.
Sure. And what did the doctors say when they saw you now and how you are?
They said, go back on your medicine. It's a fluke.
Wow.
But I said, you're fired.
All right, all right. And when you started doing all this, is that when you started losing the weight as well? As you were
As
doing all this?
well, yes.
And do you remember when you took your first step out of your wheelchair, how it felt?
It wasn't a all of a sudden thing. I just felt better gradually. Over the years, there were things I could do better. The first thing I remember I could do was get from my wheelchair down onto the floor to do exercises from an exercise video. That felt really good.
And you just heard a lecture that I did called the Daylight Diet. What's your opinion about the Daylight Diet?
I love it. I've been eating that way for years, not knowing there was a name for it. I just knew that spirit or meditation told me it was a common sense thing to do.
And you had told me a story about that you read about.
Yes, I was reading a book about Gandhi, who I love, and it said that his mother only ate, she fasted when the sun was down, she fasted when it was raining, she only ate in the sunlight because it fuels your digestive system. And I admired Gandhi, and I thought I would do what his mother did.
Wonderful. And now, how many years now were you in a wheelchair?
I was in a wheelchair for 11 years. That was 10 years ago.
So for 10 years now, you've been out of a wheelchair.
About 9.5, right.
Wow. And I know you teach on this. Do you have a book or a website?
I do not have a website. I've written a book about those 8 laws and how it affected weight loss. I can give you a web address.
Yeah, how can people get that book? Where's the website for that?
The email address is R as in Rosemary, .Fletcher. That's F like Frank, LETCHER @hotmail.com.
So it's r.fletcher at
hotmail.com.
Okay, is there anything you want to say to anyone that's suffering from any disease out there to encourage them to just keep on this path, or any advice you have for them?
Yes, I would like to write it across the sky, to trust yourself, use your own intuition, and believe that you can do it. You talked about the Bible, and it said, knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you will find. That's what you have to do. Trust yourself. Trust that you will get it right.
Wonderful. And how did your family and friends react to your amazing healing?
My friends love it and think it's wonderful. My family says it's a fluke. My family's not quite there yet.
Sure. Okay. Well, anything else you want to add before we finish the interview here?
Just that I remember a day when I thought I would rather die, as you mentioned, with your illness. And now I can't believe that I'm looking back on it and said, oh my God, I'm so glad it happened to me.
Wonderful, wonderful, because it woke you up, right?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I would never know what I know now or feel the way I feel right now if this awful thing hadn't happened to me.
And you look amazing. I mean, you went from 305 pounds to 120 pounds. Look at that.
I did. Have a great day and a great raw life, and eat in the daytime.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.